Welcome to Together We Succeed. Today we have Jamal Gabriel here. Hi Jamal.
Hello.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Let's see, I'm 5 years into the real estate business. Before I got into real estate, I was a licensed home inspector. I did 2 years of that, and then before that I was a general contractor for 18 years. Used to build houses here and around Denver and Boulder.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And when people are working with you, are they working with a team or you individually?
We are now a team. So our admin TC is my wife, Shauna, and then my daughter, Naomi Gabriel, just got licensed last year and she joined the team as well. So there's 3 of us banging it out together.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So what are you excited about in the business right now?
Man, this business is always changing, but the one constant is that you're working with people. And to me, the most important part of this business is the relationships that you build with clients. And they say, basically within a real estate transaction, there's around 28 different people that touch that transaction. And the thing that I'm the most excited about in being the real estate agent is that I'm taking my clients through the process. And yes, there's all these other moving components, but for the most part, I guide, guard, and protect them through the process and just make sure that we get to the end and everyone's happy.
Very nice. Are you working with buyers and sellers?
I do both, yes. Primarily I was a buyer's agent in the beginning. Now I do mainly listings, and now my daughter's taking over the buyer agency side. But buyer's agency that's my thing. That's my jam. That's when you get to talk to the people the most. That's when you get to walk the houses, because I still, all my years in construction and home inspections and now real estate, I love homes. And I love to just pick it apart. I can see all the things that are right and wrong, and I can really tell people some of the pitfalls that they may run into before we even put in the offer. So if you can obviously see roof issues, structural issues, whatever it is. There's a ton of things that you can see if you're knowledgeable ahead of time before you put in the offer, before everyone's hopes and their heart gets invested in it. And then it's always just such a buzzkill and a drain when you win the offer. You've been fighting in this incredible market, finally win the house, and the house is not what you thought it was. You get that home inspection report, 45, 80 pages long, full of defects, and people fall apart. They lose their minds. They don't know what all that means. So I really like to coach my clients ahead of time so that we don't get to that heartbreak moment, that they've at least been briefed and prepped ahead of time that we could have some potentials, and then we let you guys come in and tell us what you really find, and then we take it from there.
And how long have you been working with us?
Let me see. I think the first time I called Mike must have been about 4 years ago. Yeah, so about 4 years now.
Nice. Growing relationship too.
Growing relationship.
Many more to come.
Yes, absolutely. I love this relationship.
And I've seen that you're also a certified express seller now.
I am.
What does that hold for your future?
So an iBuyer is just it's an investment buyer, right? So I'm with eXp Realty. So eXp has their own program called the Express Offer Program. And within the Express Offer Program, they've got vetted, vested investors nationwide who have basically given us their criteria for what they're looking for in an investment property. So whenever we have a potential buyer, we can potentially match them with an iBuyer, get a cash offer. They can close on 5 to 7 days. They can continue living in the house. We can work on the terms. So it's really about convenience. Obviously, an iBuyer is going to pay you less than a conventional buyer, but if that's really what you're after and you need to get out of the house quickly, maybe you're facing a pre-foreclosure or foreclosure or whatever the reason, or you're nervous about being contingent, as a contingent buyer, oftentimes you're just getting shut down because you don't have the funds immediately verifiable. If you go with an express offer, cash in 5 to 7 days, just like that. So you're now non-contingent. We can work on a post-closing occupancy agreement where you can actually rent the house back. Many of these iBuyers will let you stay a month or two for free. And then during that process, now you've got cash in the bank and we can go out and you're a very, very strong buyer.
Very nice.
Yeah, so it's a really wonderful program.
Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Now you caught me by surprise. Honestly, I think to me and the reason why I really like this relationship with this company, and with Mike and Gene in particular, is because they're people. I've worked with other home inspectors who just don't have that bedside manner. They're very gruff and rude and coarse and crass. And this is a delicate thing. You're talking about people who are potentially putting down $500,000 or more. It's the biggest purchase in their life. They're stressed out. It's been this whole thing, and now we're at this point where now we have a home inspection coming in, and they're terrified, and they're getting bad news, bad news, bad news. And if that's delivered in a more compassionate way, if that's the right way to say it, but more of a knowledgeable, hey, let me inform you, let me teach you about what's going on with your home. And Mike and Jean are both really, really great about taking my clients through the house, showing them the defects within the home, what are the ways to correct it, what are the ways, is it really that big of a deal? Because that's the big thing. I mean, somebody hears GFCI, what does that even mean to them? They don't even know. So these guys are really great about explaining all that and really kind of mitigating those fears that come up. So this is the reason why I've stuck with you guys for 4 years.
Great, good to hear.
Yeah.
And what is the way that people could contact you?
Very easy to find. We are the Gabriel Team, the Gabriel Team LLC. We are all over the internet, so you can just look us up. The email is the gabrielteamllc@gmail.com or the gabrielteamllc. Let me try that again. We're really easy to find. We are thegabrielteamllc.com, or you can email us at thegabrielteamllc@gmail.com, and my phone number is 720-937-8361.
And we'll go ahead and post that in the description below for everybody to see.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being the first one on our show.
And I'll see you guys at the inspection tomorrow. We got one scheduled.